Yo, what is going on? It is Juko here in my first YouTube tutorial ever, bro. On this tutorial, I'm gonna show y'all some sauce on some dark ambient type of loops, Southside type of shit, up tempo, like reverse type of dark melodies. Make sure y'all like, subscribe for, I'm probably gonna be posting 2 to 3 tutorials a week for y'all. Y'all gotta, in the comments, I need y'all to recommend more tutorials that y'all wanna see from me after this one. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more like tutorials every few days, loop kits every few weeks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay tuned, but we finna get straight into the sample right now. But yeah, y'all make sure to share this video as well. Make sure to share this video with your friends and shit, and let me know what you think. Alright, so the first thing y'all can notice when y'all see this sample is I used 5 different sounds, right? So I used Omnisphere, a lot of serum actually, and some string. We're gonna get into each sound I use in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna just basically, for this dark stuff, as you can see, 4 out of the 5 patterns were literally the same pattern. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is basically with dark loops, most of it is really just layering sounds, copying, pasting, hard pads, stuff like that. We're just gonna go through each sound and I'm gonna just show y'all like each sound and like the patterns, the midis, what sound I used, how I mixed it, and that type of shit. But yeah, so here we go. Right here is the first sound I used on the on this loop. I'm gonna play y'all the MIDI real quick. Here y'all go. So pretty simple pattern, raised it up an octave. As you can see, if I delete this real quick for y'all, all I did is after I got this pattern, I just duplicated that, control B, duplicate, and then control plus arrow on Windows, went up an octave on that. Yeah, other than that, as you can see, if I take these top notes off, if I just mute these real quick, this is how simple the melody really was. Here, you can just listen to it without these top notes. So I literally just went down and then right back up. Just a few notes going down, up the whole time. And then I just went up an octave after that. Literally just did this, went up an octave, and then did the same thing. And just went up and down with the notes. Then these little top notes I added gave it some more of variety, I guess. Just a little 2-step pattern on the top right here. Pretty simple. For the velocities, keep them the same. Literally no strumming the velocity, no randomizing the velocity or anything. So the sound I used was in the sharing patch. It's called, the bell is called Astral. But yeah, that was the sound, the bell I used. Pretty like plucky bell. It's a super like plucky, watery like type of vibe bell. But yeah, let's get into the second sound. So this is the second pattern. I'm gonna play it. It's the same thing. I'm gonna let y'all hear the sound. Basically, literally just copy and pasted the first pattern over into a second sound. But here y'all go. So this pad is really hard, and this shit was in serum too. Basically, I just copy and pasted it. Like I told y'all earlier, layering is super important. I'm gonna show y'all the exact sound from this serum. It was called the pad. It was in Adapt Volume 2. This bank is from I Am Synthetic. You can search him up and get his shit. His shit's really hard. And it was called the Ethereal Pad. So yeah, that was the pad I used. I didn't touch the sound design on the actual plugin. Literally just copy and pasted the original pattern onto this, and it sounded like this, just super hard type of pad. Moving on to the third sound I used, it was another serum sound. I'll let y'all listen to the pad real quick. So yeah, pad super fire as well. This pad was in the same bank, Adapt Volume 2, and it was the geometry pad. Same thing, like I said, just copy and paste it. All 3 of these patterns are the same pattern. Next pattern is also same pattern once again. I'll let y'all listen to the pattern, the sound once again. So once again, it's another like dark type of pad, another pad from the same bank again, and it was called Turbo. So just another pad, literally just taking pads, finding hard sounds in general, and just layering them, same pattern. So the last thing I added was finally something different besides just copy and pasting the sound, just a few strings, and I'll let y'all listen to this real quick. If y'all don't know about this string plugin, I need y'all to get this shit right now. Like, this is probably the best string plugin. This is not even Kontakt. It's called SRX. It's called this right here. It's called SRX Strings by Roland. This is literally the best plugin, bro. For strings, even like my brass samples, like just any instrument really, and synths. It has everything in here. Literally best string plugin in my opinion. It was called this right here. It's the 32nd preset. I don't even know what it says, but it's right here. Y'all could see it on the screen. But yeah, that was literally it. That's all I added. Yeah, that was literally all the sounds I added. So moving on to the effects for each plugin, each sound. So the original bell that sounded like this, I added EQ. Obviously took out lows because like has some lows I don't want. You always want to EQ lows out unless it's like a bass. Pretty much always want to get rid of the lows on a sample. And then I got rid of some of the highs as well because it was pretty annoying. Reverb, put some wet, a little bit of the wet just to give it some more space. And then I added a halftime, 30% halftime, 1 bar, 2x, just to give it like, I don't know, some like, if you hear it, like I'll play it without the effects and with the effects. Basically, if you can hear in the background, if you listen closely, there's like another pattern in the background that this halftime 30% gives it. I'll play it again real quick. But yeah, as y'all can hear, it's like a little another pattern in the background. I'm sure y'all can hear that. But yeah, that's what the halftime does. Moving on to the second sound, I added the exact same effect. But yeah, I'll let y'all hear it without effects and with effects. So obviously there was a lot of shitty frequencies, so I had to get rid of the highs and shit like that. I had to get rid of a lot of the highs and lows. Third sound, same effects once again. I'll let y'all hear it without effects and then with effect. Okay, and then this is with effects. So obviously a pretty big difference, like got rid of the EQing, does a lot really on its own. But yeah, the next thing, once again, same exact effects. I'll let y'all hear it with and without effects. That was without, this is with. So once again, just giving it that halftime in the background makes it like just makes the sample a lot harder in my opinion. But the last thing I added effects to was the string. Literally the same thing as well again. A halftime reverb EQ. This is without effects right here. This is with effects. So just touching up the EQ, making it sound a little better. Not like crazy effect. If you know me personally, you know I literally never really go crazy on effects. I know some sample makers do a lot. I'm just not one of them. I like to keep my stuff simple. Pretty much just EQ, reverb, halftime. That's like the most I'll ever do. Sometimes maybe like a sound toys or something, but for the most part, I literally am very minimalistic on like effects and stuff. But yeah. So I'm gonna play y'all every sound together now. So yeah, here we go. This is all the sounds together before I rendered it and reversed it and mixed it. We'll get into that. So obviously it sounds pretty hard already, but usually with my samples, I like to render them out. All I do is I'd highlight this, right? All this patterns together. I'd click this arrow right here. I'd click tools, consolidate playlist section, and you click from song start. That way, it's a quick way to render something out quick. And then you just literally click start, but I already rendered it, obviously. So I'm just gonna show y'all the rendered and then what I did to that as well. So this is how it sounded, obviously, right after I consolidated it right here. Obviously, it's the same sample. No, I didn't change the pitch yet or anything. After that, I went and I reversed it so it sounded like this. I just literally reversed it right here. So from there, I tried to do some extra shit. I tried to time stretch it halfway, which sometimes sounds hard. Didn't end up liking this, didn't use this, but I'll let y'all listen to part of the process. So yeah, I basically just time stretched it half. I stretched it half to speed it up and see if it sounded hard. Didn't end up sounding hard, so I didn't use that. I then ended up stretching it back to normal, and I pitched it down three semitones, and it sounded like this. But yeah, that was literally the sample. Basically just layered a bunch of sounds, exported it, tried messing with it, did a lot, didn't like how something sounded, reversed it, pitched it down, got this at the end. I like reversing my samples a lot, especially like dark samples. It sounds hard. Just gotta know like what sounds hard and not when you're reversing stuff. But that was literally the sample. We're gonna quickly add some drums to it, give it like a Southside type of bounce. And yeah, let's get into the drums. All right, so we're gonna get into the drums of this beat now. So yeah, here we go. I just dragged my sample that I made earlier that I just showed y'all, and I just dragged it in here, and we're just gonna get straight into the drums. So the first thing I like to do when I do drums is I like to just put it onto my first mixer track, like my melody, of course. And then what I'll usually do is I have a preset I use already. In some cases, I'll just like, all you really have to do is EQ the low end out of the loop. But in my case, I'll just grab like one of my boys, Banks, Twofold Jack. Shout out to Twofold Jack. I'm about to use his drum kit for this beat, and like I'm about to just I'm about to use his mixer presets basically. So I just drag and drop his EQ preset on his loop for the loop. Then I put his master preset. Master preset is literally just the EQ and then soft clipper. Always put a soft clipper, at least for these type of beats. And then EQ, he just boosts the high end of the master just a little bit. But yeah, I just drag the two mixer presets in to how the loop sounds now. So yeah, I got the mixer presets on here. Now I'm really just gonna get straight to cooking on the drums and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to mention, you want to cut if there's like any like blank space on the loop. Just make sure to cut that out so it's on time and stuff. Shit, simple shit like that, man. So as y'all see with these hi-hats, I literally just like get a two-step going, take some little rolls, and then all these little rolls I make literally just lower the velocities. Pretty simple, just little rolls going on. After I get to the third bar, just copy and paste that shit over, so it's not too much going on. But I'm just gonna add some snares and then the 808. I'm not gonna do too much with this. So with the snare, same type of thing, just got some snares going on in between, and then at the end, got a little 3-roll right there. I lowered the velocities, as you can see, of that little last roll. Just gonna copy and paste that over. Pretty simple. Alright, that was the 808. Pretty simple. I'm gonna add some open hats real quick. But yeah, just did the drums real quick, something pretty light. Added a little kick at the end, a little open hat. About to arrange this shit for y'all, and then I'm finna play the beat at the end, and that's finna be it for the video. But yeah, that's the beat. Pretty simple drums, just some Southside type of vibes on the loop I broke down. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed this quick little sample / beat breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Make sure y'all follow me on my IG. It's in the bottom of my screen as well. It's @ProdJuko. Also, please make sure to comment what y'all want to see next. But other than that, that's it, and we out.